this next one, I'm just going to use a little bit of the phaser and the chorus for more of a bass solo-y type of piece with a lot of harmonics and stuff, kind of a la Giacomo Astoria's Portrait of Tracy, although I can't say I'm anything like Giacomo Astoria. But this one's called Loved Ones.
With the Zappa band that I play with, there's a lot of bizarre bass sounds that I have to be able to copy to be able to sound like the record. And there's this one song called Eccentrical Force, which I just couldn't figure out what that sound is for the bass on it. And it was a combination of like a distorting amp, it wasn't a pedal, it was definitely like an amp getting blown out, a phaser, and then a slapback delay, like a really short time delay. And so all these things that you wouldn't normally put on a bass, Frank Zappa, of course, put on a bass. And so to recreate that live, I really had to, I talked to Ralph here at EBS, and I was like, I'm trying to get this sound, and I can't really figure out what it is, and he helped me get this phaser pedal, which was a big part of it. And it also helped me, what's great about these pedals is not only are there the knobs on the top, there's also volume trim pots inside. So if one of the volumes doesn't match some of the other pedals, or if you're turning it on and off, and you feel like you're losing signal when it's on, or losing signal when it's off, you just open it up, tweak this one little pot in there, and you're good to go. It's pretty amazing. And that's what I really, really love about these pedals, is that it really doesn't take long to find some really cool sounds. You know, like this isn't my pedal board, this is what the guys had here. I showed up, I put the knobs in approximately where I think they were on my board. I went, and it sounds like my board. You know, that's how good and reliable that they all are. There's some of these I don't even really ever use. The tremolo or the dynamo I've never used, but I should. You know, if I ever needed either of those, I would definitely come here first, rather than